purpose of this course is to install and configure a Hadoop cluster. The absolute best way for a newcomer to learn Hadoop is by installing Hadoop in pseudo-distributed mode running in a virtual machine. The pseudo-distributed mode is a fully functional cluster, but it runs on a single node. The advantage to building this on a virtual machine as a learning environment are apparent and obvious. It will give you lots of opportunity to experiment and to conduct break-fix while allowing immediate recovery. At the beginning of your learning experience, it's a great advantage to simply roll back to an earlier snapshot. All of the distros have certified and support the Hadoop ecosystem while running in a virtual environment. Hadoop is frequently deployed across virtual machines and also into the cloud. The only rule here is you must meet all the other requirements. We have built and run the Hadoop ecosystem on many different platforms. But from a virtual computing environment, the two most popular are VMware and Oracle VirtualBox. Both are well tested and both work well. I recommend either. The primary issue is to ensure the host system has sufficient resources, such as CPU speed, memory, and disk space to support the virtual machines. Please note, you will end up with a number of virtual machines as you progress in your studies of Hadoop. I've had as many as 8 different configurations, each consuming 20 gigabytes plus of disk space. The answer is you really do need a powerful host system. The following are the base requirements for a VM to support a Hadoop pseudo-distributed environment. You need a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM, but I recommend 8 gigabytes of RAM for each virtual machine. Do not configure your virtual disk for less than 20 gigabytes, and, depending upon the data sets you will use, you may want to configure for 40 gigabytes of disk to begin. Expanding a virtual disk is not a straightforward button-driven process. It requires solid Linux system administration skills, so set the virtual disk size to the outside number you believe you need. Remember, the virtual disk will only consume the amount actually used on the host file system. The following are the base requirements for a Linux OS to support Hadoop pseudo-distributed mode: Red Hat Linux, CentOS, Oracle Linux, and SUS Linux, all running at 64-bit. Now, let me add this comment. There are a wide number of flavors for Linux. Ubuntu is popular, and many people have installed and run Hadoop on it. Here's the big however. Red Hat is the production-accepted operating system for nearly every enterprise. It is well supported and well respected for its stability. Red Hat and its variants, such as CentOS and Oracle Linux, is the primary